Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel, Ask the Immigration Attorney, aka Attorney Martinez. Today we're going to be talking about all the legal reasons that can technically get you deported. Okay, I know we've always talked about obvious reasons of getting deported, but some of these, a lot of my clients and followers have no idea that this could potentially happen to them. And number one is failing to obey the terms of your visa. I'm talking about tourist visa, student visa, employment visa, etc. For a really good example, overstaying your tourist visa, a lot of people do this. They don't obey the terms of a tourist visa. A tourist visa is temporary. It is not dual intent, meaning you're supposed to only come here and visit. You're not supposed to live, you are not supposed to work, etc. So many people fail to obey the terms of their visa, meaning they violate the intention of the actual visa themselves. They work on their visa, they overstay, they're basically living here as if they have permanent residency when they don't. That can make you deportable. Another crazy reason is coming over here on an employment-based visa for a specific company and having a side business. You cannot do this. When a company sponsors you to come over here, like on an H-1B, TN, religious, any kind of employment-based visa, you have an exclusive contract with that company to only work for them. So if you're gonna go and have a side business or work for someone else, you're violating the terms of your visa and thus you are deportable. The second craziest reason that can actually make you deportable is failing to notify USCIS of an address change. It seems trivial, but it's true. You are supposed to notify USCIS if you ever change your address. Why? If they send you important notices, if they send you your green card, or if they need more evidence for your green card application, they send you a notice to appear in immigration court. All of that technically makes you deportable. It's crazy. It is rare, I agree, but yes, it makes you deportable. Number three is the commission of a crime. Typically, these are called crimes involving moral turpitude. Basically, they're crimes that require you to have the specific intent to commit that crime. This is very important because not all crimes actually make you deportable. Misdemeanors, right? So DUIs without actually causing injury, wet and reckless, driving without license authorization, those kind of misdemeanors in states that don't require you to have specific intent to commit such a morally reprehensible crime like an aggravated felony. It's also very important to note that you don't actually have to be convicted of a crime to be deportable for it. So if you committed that crime and the officer has a reason to believe that you did, despite having the charges dropped, being arrested, but not actually being convicted, or even having the charges pleaded down to a crime that's not deportable, you can still be deported for committing that crime. Number four is violation of US immigration laws. What do I mean by that? Alien smuggling, okay? So a lot of parents who bring their children over here while undocumented, crossing the border illegally without entry, parole, inspection, that is alien smuggling that can actually make you deportable. This also includes defrauding the government, right? So when you apply for like a marriage-based green card, you are alleging and trying to prove that your marriage is real. So if you have a fraudulent contract marriage and immigration finds out about it, obviously that makes you deportable, but you're also committing immigration fraud. Another good thing to note about immigration fraud is if you apply for a marriage-based green card and you get denied based on alleged immigration fraud, you are permanently barred from ever applying for a green card from the United States unless you appeal that decision and win. Very, very important not to commit immigration fraud because the consequences of it are beyond deportation. Number five is public charge. So if you try to apply for like a government benefit like Medicaid, you are a public charge of the government and you are a liability. When you apply for residency, aka a green card, you do make the promise that you will not become a public charge or a liability of the United States. So that's very important that you don't violate the terms of that even after getting your residency approved. Now, I forgot to add this because it happens all the time, but no one even talks about it, but it's failing to remove the conditions of your conditional green card. What do I mean by that? If you're married by less than 2 years by the time that you get your marriage-based green card, you have to apply to remove the conditions after 2 years of receiving that green card. And you'll know because there will be a date on the back of your green card to actually remind you of that. If you fail to remove your conditions and submit this application on time, you could receive a notice to appear in immigration court, thus making you deportable. It is wild, but it happens all the time. Now, these are just some of the reasons that make you deportable, but they're very common, and I see it with a lot of people who follow me and schedule consultations with me to try to get them out of being deported. A lot of these are so easy to avoid, but I'm gonna do another video on this, basically explaining even more reasons that you can get deported. So pay attention, try to subscribe to my channel. I'm also doing a giveaway for this month. For Valentine's Day, it'll be a pink Louis Vuitton purse. So if you can subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Other than that, I'll keep you posted on more reasons that you can get deported.